Hello race fans, Peter Mackay here at Lime Rock Park for the inaugural Porsche Club of Great Britain sim race here on iRacing.com. We're going to have 10 of the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4s going wheel to wheel around the twisty contours of Lime Rock Park for this inaugural sim race with the Porsche Club of Great Britain. On pole position is Austin Greatorex in the zebra paint scheme car. In second, Michael Jarvis. Third, Kyle Sharkey in that beautiful Gulf paint scheme. In fourth, Mark Phillips, the number 5. Danny Jones in fifth position in the red and white car. Sixth will be Ryan Penny in the Sparko machine. In seventh will be David Wilson in the factory colours black and yellow. In eighth, Niall Poley in the Caterpillar car. Ninth will be Paul Riga, blue, white and red, Cayman for him. And finally, Mark Searle in the lime green car. These little Cayman GT4s, they might be diminutive in stature, but they have a lot of performance. 425 brake horsepower from their 3.8 litre naturally aspirated engines. So, as we wait for our final car to take the grid, we will be ready to go here at Lime Rock Park as the revs are building, our drivers are nearly ready to go, and we are go here at Lime Rock Park as they fire down the Sam Posey Straight down to turn 1, and Austin Greatorex has got a fantastic start, gets away cleanly, but look at Kyle Sharkey in the Gulf car from third on the grid. He's made up a move on Michael Jarvis in the Marlboro machine. Great move there, but can Jarvis cut back in the 64? No. Kyle Sharkey defends, and look at Austin Greatorex. He's already way down to the chicane already, but with Sharkey up to second, Jarvis in third, and Mark Phillips in fourth position as they head down to the chicane. And we've already lost Mark Searle. We can't see him on the back of the pack there as we head down to complete the first lap already down the Sam Posey Straight, opening up 425 brake horsepower as we head down towards Big Ben for the second time. We're in the chase camera now with Mark Phillips looking to line up a move on Michael Jarvis. Here he goes, he's going to have a look late on the brakes, using the ABS of the Cayman, but he's run wide, a classic Lime Rock Park move. He's on the grass and the field all stream by. Mark Phillips, a podium contender, is right at the back of the pack on lap 2 here at Lime Rock Park. Oh dearie me, looking back to the number 28 car of Danny Jones in the red and white livery, the 917 Porsche throwback livery, through the chicane, up the hill towards West Bend and downhill here at Lime Rock Park. On board with the 64 then, Marlboro car of Michael Jarvis as we head down towards the fast 6th gear right-hander. Clips a bit of inside curb and he's lost it. He's lost the back end. Oh, he's been tapped. He's been tagged. I think it's by Danny Jones in the red and white car. Yes, it is. It is Jones. So look at this. Oh my goodness me. Poor Danny Jones had nowhere to go there. And oh my goodness me, that is two potential podium contenders looking very much like they are going to be out of this race. Number 28 there, Danny Jones trying to get away there, and 64 Michael Jarvis. So back with Mark Phillips, and already he's making his way through the field trying to make up after lost time after that mistake on lap 2. So on board with Phillips then, he's lining up. Niall Poley in the Caterpillar car makes light work of him as he's able to get that move done on the Sam Posey Straight. Back on the brakes, down the PDK gearbox, and whoa, there's David Wilson off the... Whoa, my goodness me, that's the fastest point in the circuit, and he's on the grass but hangs on to it very, very well. The traction control system in these Cayman GT4s being put to the test there too. Back with Kyle Sharkey, he's keeping Austin Greatorex honest, keeping maybe about a 10 car length gap as they head down towards downhill. Kyle Sharkey desperately trying to keep Austin Greatorex in view, hoping for a mistake and hoping to capitalise upon that. So back with, whoa, there goes Michael Jarvis again. He's in the barrier in the Marlboro car. We're going to get a replay of that. Number 64 Michael Jarvis into right-hander. He catches, he runs a little wide onto the grass, nearly hits the tyres, loses the back end of his Cayman, and whack straight into the Armco barrier. It has not been Michael Jarvis's day in that number 64 machine. Back with the 28 of Danny Jones making his way past the back marker. Mark Sale in the lime green machine as we head through to West Bend. And whoa, now talking of West Bend, there goes Michael Jarvis again. My goodness me, this is just going from bad to worse for the Marlboro man. So, car 10 then. This is Paul Riga, who's driven a very clean and tidy race so far. He's chasing Ryan Penny in the Sparkle machine as they head down towards West Bend. Now, these wonderful little Cayman machines actually share front suspension with the GT3 Cup car, so wonderful little machines. And whoa, goodness me, Riga's off, Riga's off. My goodness me, he's managed to just about keep it out the barrier there, going off at downhill bend. That's a 6th gear right-hander. It's a tricky bend, and whoa, goodness me, Ryan Penny's lost it in the Sparkle machine, and it's held up Phillips. Phillips actually has to nudge him, and here comes the Caterpillar car of Niall Poley. He's gone by, and so is David Wilson. Oh, what a disaster there for Mark Phillips. Nothing he could do, absolutely nothing he could do to avoid that incident. So, but he's got back going again. So he's got Wilson in front of him in the black and yellow factory colour paint scheme of the 718 Clubsport. Can he get through at left-hander? Has a look up the inside into left-hander? Yes, folks, that is its official name. As we head into right-hander, down towards the chicane, has he got a good exit? So, anyway, back at the front, it's much calmer with Austin Greatorex leading in the black and white zebra paint scheme on his number 15 Cayman GT4, heading down towards Big Bend in a commanding lead. But oh, runs a little wide, and he's made the same mistake as Phillips. He's on the grass. It's such an easy mistake to do. Just that little bit too late, and here comes Sharkey. Sharkey in the Gulf machine. He's through. He's going to make it through. Here's a replay then. We're on board with number 2 in the Gulf Porsche, Carl Sharkey, and look at that. There's Greatorex on the grass. He must be thinking all his Christmases have come at once, and he's back into the lead, and he's got a really decent lead now. Carl Sharkey, can he hold on? Can he hold on in the closing stages of this race? Can he keep Greatorex behind him in the zebra coloured Cayman? We know that Greatorex has had the speed, he's had the most pace of this field so far, but has that mistake cost him what looked like a sure victory? Back with Carl Phillips, he's getting held up here behind Paul Riga. Can he get by? But Riga's defending very, very well, very, very cleanly in the blue and white number 10 machine. So they head down towards the chicane. One of 2 main overtaking opportunities here at Lime Rock Park. Number 10, Paul Riga there, defending very, very nicely. But there's another opportunity coming up down into turn 1 after the Sam Posey straight, down into turn 1 and 2, known as Big Bend here at Lime Rock Park. A beautiful circuit that's been part of the American racing scene since 1957. Here we go then, down through Big Bend. Phillips right behind Paul Riga. Mark Phillips in that wonderful dark green diamond patterned Cayman. Very, very nice paint scheme indeed. Right behind the simple white, blue and red machine of Paul Riga. Now, look at this. Phillips is closer this time. Down the inside he goes. Riga gives him the room. Very clean indeed from both men. No argy-bargy at all. Through the chicane. Very clean and tidy from both men. Well done. On board with Phillips as he goes up the PDK gearbox. You'll see the shift lights on the Cosworth dash there of this 718 Cayman. A proper pucker little racing car. If you fancy one of these in the real world, $209,000 US to acquire one of these little machines. And oh, here's the Sparko machine of Ryan Penny. He's on the grass. He's had a little, oh dearie me, he's in the barrier as well. Now can he keep it going? Is he going to, oh god, he's in the barrier as well. My goodness me, I don't know what was going on there for Ryan Penny. So, back with Phillips then, and he's got Danny Jones in front in the 28, in the red and white throwback livery car. Can he make this move stick into turn 1? He goes late on the brakes, using all the ABS braking power of the Porsche Cayman, and he's through at Big Bend. Very well done. So now on board with Austin Greatorex, right behind Carl Sharkey. So he's made up all that time into left-hander. Carl Sharkey defends. Then as they head through to right-hander, Greatorex will try to get a swift exit. Can he make a run here down into the chicane? Looks like he can. Will he look to the inside? He thinks about it. No, thinks better of it. Sharkey's late on the brakes, but look at that. Sharkey just a little wide into the entry to the chicane, and that will cost him. That will cost him all the way down through West Bend, through downhill and onto the Samposi Straight. That could be a pivotal move, but Greatorex clips the curb, loses a little bit of momentum. Can Sharkey hang on to take a surprise victory here in the Porsche Club of Great Britain sim race? Here comes Austin Greatorex then, in the slipstream. Will he make the move into Big Bend? Hard on the brakes, up the inside. Very clean and tidy, given a lot of room by Sharkey, who I think's perhaps run a little bit wide there into Big Bend. But Greatorex is through. Carl Sharkey's time in the front is over, and Greatorex back in the lead despite his off-road excursion. And there's a slow car there on the left. That's the Caterpillar machine of Niall Poley. So, on board with Carl Sharkey, who's driven a beautifully executed race, very smooth, very clean, but just that little bit behind in pace to Austin Greatorex, who is, look at that, who has opened up a big lead. And here he comes then, Austin Greatorex over the line to take the win in this inaugural Porsche Club of Great Britain sim race. A brilliant performance. So there's your final order then. Austin Greatorex taking the win from Carl Sharkey, and Mark Phillips making a great recovery onto the podium after his lap 2 excursion.